Today, I'm bringing you an RV resort review for the surf outside of Palmetto in Florida. It's supposed to be one of the nicest RV resorts you can come to. Let's see if you can be the judge. The surf is actually a 55 and older RV resort outside of Palmetto, kind of outside of Bradenton. Actually about 7-8 miles. It's kind of tucked in off the main road here. It's got great access. We have some amazing places where you stop so you can go into the office to sign in and pick your spot or get your spot. From this point though, good and bad happens, in my opinion. The resort is absolutely beautiful. I mean, everything around it is beautiful. The amenities, this resort's pretty new. It opened in December. We are now here in January, so it's only been open a couple months. Things that they don't have. They don't have a store that I can find. I've not seen a store. They don't have ice. So if you're looking for ice, you're not gonna find it anywhere. It's an interesting dynamic because of those two things. Also, some of the things I'm getting ready to show you, they don't have their liquor license yet. That's not open. They have an amazing facility to hold events at and pools and all that. Let's jump into it. But when you first pull in, they have these great spots that you can park, plenty of room to get in and out, very friendly staff. It's all good. One side of the security gate is not working when you check in, so don't try to go where the cones are because they don't have that hooked up yet. There's an actual keypad here that goes dark, so you have to touch it to be able to get it to work. So then you can put in your code, and then once you put in your code, you can actually go through the gates. Once you get in, you're met straight up with the main building, which is the event hall, and it's an amazing facility. Let's just go in and take a look around so you can kind of see what they've got set up for. Again, it's only 2 months since it's been open, so they're still doing some things. So it's set for people to come up, hang out, do things. They have amazing Wi-Fi. It's like probably some of the fastest Wi-Fi. Amazing billiard room. You can actually little game night action, which I think this is fabulous. I can see where this goes. They have your poker sets and your cards in here. This is like you got a pass through, goes to the pool. And then you have something that's really neat, and it's called basically where you can go and have your events. I think this is going to be locked. And you got like the pool and bar over this way. 2-minute tour. Yeah. On the side over here, they do have something called a Surf's Up Grill, which is basically a food truck. They also bring in other food trucks as well to have events and do other things, which is a neat little accommodation. You have places to eat on the outside of the pool. On this side over here, you have your workout facility that leads into the pool. I'll show you that real quick.
all the place, but it's a long way from there. All the farms are, you know, on the water.
Once they get their liquor license set up, all the bars will be actually active. At this time, there's a bar here, there's a bar on the other side I'll show you as well. Now we're going on the other side of the event hall here. This is where you're going to find your accommodations that are pretty nice, honestly. You have places to hang out that you can come down for fire pits every single night. An amazing pickleball area with bleachers, places to put things. They have an EV charging station for your cars. Throw in bocce ball courts that are beyond compare, along with some little sand areas, another little tiki hut bar, which is incredible to see, and hopefully they'll get that up. Right here is where we walk through. That's the event hall. Most all of these areas are surrounded by, like, there's probably 5 water featured areas that are located here that your RV backs up to or pulls in, depending on if you have an A or a fifth wheel. I'll show you those in a second. On the back side of the property over here, there is actually like a conservation area, which is cool because you have all the birds and you're watching them every single day. You can come out and sit. They're putting in all those features now, but it is on the complete back side. You have to a little bit of a walk. What I will say, which is interesting for this area, is that this park is very social. Like, there's always people out walking, there's always people out riding bikes. Since they don't have their liquor license yet, they even send out a cart on occasion that has rum punch, like a rum drink, because of the Tampa spirit with the Buccaneers and all that stuff. So there seems to be somebody out at all times, so you're always meeting something. That's a huge plus. Since the park is new, the roads are wide. There's plenty of space to get in and out of things. Interesting though is you're going to have 2 dynamics when you're getting a site, and you're going to be able to choose between the 2. There's going to be a waterfront site, and you have sites that are on the outside that are not on water. There's a distinct price difference between the 2 sites. Actually, they're now raising their prices after 2 months, so we need to go over that feature. But the sites are very incredible because of how wide they are. If you have a fifth wheel, you have plenty of room to do whatever you want. If you have a Class A, you can actually have plenty of room to unhook or leave your tow behind, like your big trailers, next to your rig, or just together, just depending on what you have. Sites are absolutely incredible. They're done with pavers. In the long run, I always see pavers as a problem because sometimes they have hevel. That's just my opinion, but it's beautiful. It really is done very well. This is there's a little sidewalk on one of the back sides of this. It actually goes on the outside of the park itself to go on a walk if you don't want to be around people, really. I've never really found anyone back here. As far as washing your RV and all that stuff, they don't want you to do it yourself, but they have, I've probably seen 6 different companies that come in and do detailing. We had our truck detailed while we were here, and it was right around $150. So it wasn't atrocious at all. There's that availability, and I would check at the guard shack to ask them who they would recommend. All right, let's go with something not so good. Our RV is actually next to the dog park, and also it's next to laundry facilities and things. There's a road that I'm on that actually our RV is right here. This road is treated like a racetrack at times, and there's been several wrecks just us being here. that have been on this main intersection up here. Just something to be aware of if you're going to be stuck on this outside loop, that you're going to hear some pretty crazy traffic. Like I said, it sounds like racing, loud mufflers. The neighborhood itself it's not a bad neighborhood. It's just an area of that's been here a while. That's all I can really say about that. I mean, it's just been here a while. And then they put this nice, amazing RV resort right next to it. Just be aware of that situation if you're staying on the outside loop. We are not 55. I'm actually 53. She was 52. So you're asking, well, how'd you get in here? We don't travel with pets and we don't travel with children. They did have an online forum that they asked. Then they also asked how old our RV is. There are some vintage RVs that are in here and some smaller ones. So it's not discriminatory on any length of the matter as far as that goes. They seem very open to whatever you have. And if you're on the edge of the 55 thing, you just might have to call and just check in. So let me show you, I've pretty much said all the good things. Let me share some of the probably not so wonderful. Well, you make the decision from here. These sites right here are where we're at. We're not on the water. If you're gonna stay here and you have dogs and you're gonna use the dog park, I wouldn't say to stay next to the dog park. It's very loud. Dogs are in and out, arguing, fighting, barking, all that fun stuff because they're dogs. And then the laundry facility and everything that's here is fabulous. They actually have it run off of an app, so you can do that. It's really nice inside. The downside, which is, to me, it's not much fun, is water pressure. What we have learned, water pressure, I give it a C at best in this park. It's horrible, honestly. When you check in, they actually give you these bags that you can take to the pool, which are nice surf bags. We've learned that most people use them to use the laundry facility, or they come to the bathhouses. And the reason for that is, since the water pressure is so horrible, you'll find a number of people either using their pumps in their RVs to have better water pressure, or they're going to use the bathhouse facilities to take better showers. And at the price of this park, not too whoopee. I mean, water pressure is, you know, that's pretty important to us RVers. So you're asking price. It's a good question. The park, if you noticed, is completely pretty much full. There's very few vacancies here for only being open 2 months. Actually, where we're standing in our site has actually only been open less than 30 days, which is pretty impressive considering it was dirt prior to that, right before Christmas. The question is it worth it for you? These sites that I'm standing on right now just went up in price. A lot of people got in here at a monthly rate of $2,600 to $2,800 a month, depending on if you're on water or not on water. Everyone's a little upset because they already have announced they're going to go to $3,500 and $3,800 a month. So a lot of people that you see in this park are going to be leaving as soon as their month is up. What's that mean nightly? Nightly, the site I'm standing in is $190 a night. Water will be around the $200 to $220 a night range. Is that worth it to you? When you compare it to amazing RV parks like Margaritaville, which is only basically an hour and a half away, I mean, that has so many more things, and it's better for kids and all that. This is not a kid environment because they don't want children. It's 55 and over, different demographic. But is this worth it? That's the question. Where is RV parks right now? as they're building. What is worth it and what is not worth it. Granted, we're about 15 minutes away from like a Walmart and a grocery store and some amenities, and we're about 35 minutes away from the ocean and to sit on the beach. And it has amazing pool and events facilities. We originally looked at this to do a huddle here, one of our events, but we can't imagine asking people to spend $200 a night for their site. And that is the question. As nice as it is, the question is would you come to stay? No ice. Hopefully they'll get some someday. I don't know. That wasn't even on their radar screen. No store for you to go in and just get different like cocktails or anything. It's just strictly a resort style feel. I'm anxious to see how this thing does when it comes to, can you hear the dog park? I'm anxious to see how this will do July, August, September, when like everything gets hot here and there's not as many people. I wonder what they'll do with their rates then. I get it with the snowbirds and everyone coming down for winter, but how are they gonna make adjustments? But I think there's no way they can stay at that $200 a night range. I just don't. Personally, I just think that's way outside the realm. The nicest RV park we stayed at was actually in Cedar Point, which was in Ohio, next to the amazing roller coasters, and you had all this theme park and stuff, and it had, I mean, their amenities were fabulous, and it was over $200 a night, but you actually had a lot of stuff that went with that. I just think this is on the outer edge. Just my personal opinion. What's your opinion? Hopefully this helps. If you're coming down to go to the surf and you've heard about it, now you have a little more information and inside knowledge. You can receive, since you're here longer, they do have mailboxes actually that you can receive all your mail and do all that stuff as well. So they already have a mail facility set up. That's kind of a thought process in their head, is they'll have people here for long term. We'll see how it shakes out. Have a great day. Hopefully you enjoyed this little RV park review. We're out.